kind of weak. I know we're a little low in numbers this morning, but can we try it one more time with a little more enthusiasm? Good morning! Good morning! I want to welcome you all to Oasis Church. I'm Matt McKinney. This is
Angela McKinney.
We're associate pastors here. We just want to say good morning, welcome, hope you feel comfortable. If you have any questions, please talk to us. We'll be happy to talk to you at any point. Let's just say a word of prayer. Thank you, Lord, for this time we have together. Thank you that your presence is in this room. We just love you, Father, and we just say good morning. In your name, amen. That's right. How are y'all doing today? Awesome. So, I just wanted to introduce Sir Melvin to you today. So let's have a great big round of applause for Melvin as he comes forward. Melvin Adams. Yes, sir, you man. Thank you for coming this morning.
Good to be here, man.
All right.
How's everybody doing today? All right. Hey, before I get started, I have a message for you guys today. I was sitting in the Rosa Parks section in the back, checking y'all out. I love to have fun, so if you hold it in, you're going to fart. So you don't want your butt so tight Moses couldn't part it, you know what I'm saying? But before I get started, let me just see if you're with me. So clap once if you hear me. Clap twice if you hear me. Clap 3 times if you're ugly. All right, Dominique, you got it. All right. You know what's funny? Last night I was so excited to come in here, and I was dreaming that I died and went to heaven. And Peter was at the gate, and he was like, what's up? It was the west side, you know what I mean? And Peter was like, what's up? He said, why are you looking sad? So I was wondering if Dominique made it in. Well, when we found Dominique, he was walking with this ugly woman. I was like, Peter, why is Dominique walking with that ugly woman? He said, well, he was a borderline case. He barely got into heaven, so for his punishment, he had to walk with that ugly woman for eternity. So I'm still looking sad. So what's wrong? So I was wondering if Jose made it in. When we found Jose, he was walking with a woman 2 times as ugly as the one Dominique was with. I was like, why is Jose walking with that ugly woman? He said, well, Jose was a borderline case too. He barely got into heaven, so for his punishment, he had to walk with that ugly woman for eternity. I'm still looking sad. He said, what's wrong? So I was wondering if Randy made it in. When we found Randy, he was with this beautiful woman. Woo! She looked good. I said, praise the Lord. I knew that brother was going to make it. He was always encouraging people, telling them about the Lord. And Peter said, know what you don't realize? The woman he's with, she's on borderline. But listen, I'm glad to be here this morning. How's everybody doing? Before I get into the message, I want to just kind of introduce myself because I know we have a lot of people here. My name is Melvin Adams. I'm from right here in Houston, Texas. Had an opportunity to play with the San Antonio Spurs and the Harlem Globetrotters. All right, but a lot of you were probably shocked because you looked at a black Smurf. A lot of y'all picked me up like, welcome to the church. We love you, brother. Put me back down. But I'm just living proof that God does not look at the things we look at. We look at what's on the outside. God looks at what's on the inside. So young people, you may have your own parents killing your dream because they didn't make it. But I came here to tell you today that there's greatness inside of you if you can just believe it. My dad was a cop. My daddy and Osama bin Laden were the 2 best hide-and-go-seek players I've ever known. I remember going to the principal's office all the time, and the principal said, you know what, we're going to call your daddy. I said, you found him? My daddy was that good. We played hide-and-go-seek. My daddy said, count to 10 and come look for me. So I counted to 10, and I went looking for him. It's been 27 years. Still ain't found that brother. He's that good. My mother was a typical black woman. I didn't like going to church. I'd wake up every morning and go, Mama ain't going to church. What time we leaving? You ready? And if you're Hispanic, it's the chancla. Mama, And if you're white, time out. But anyway, what I'm saying, had a dream to play professional basketball, so I began to shoot about 3,000 jump shots every day, ran 3 miles every day. Used to drive my mother's car on a major freeway right here in Houston on I-45, and I would dribble a ball while I was going 5 miles an hour until I could do it going 4. Hard work was one of the keys in what I wanted to reach my dream. But real quick, I'm going to need a little help, so can I get my man Harry from One Direction? Yes, can you come? Okay, I got Harry from One Direction. Let me get Selena Gomez. Yes, can you come? Yes, love your music. Okay. Let me get Jeremy Lin. Jeremy Lin. Yes, can you come, Jeremy Lin? No, Jeremy Lin is Asian. Yes, yeah, there we go. Yes, yes. Okay, all right. He looking at the white dude like Jeremy Lin, baby. So I got Selena Gomez, Jeremy Lin, Harry from One Direction. Let me see. Kelly Clarkson, can you come? Yes. Kelly Clarkson, yes, right? Yes, yes. Now, Now I want y'all to know, one thing about me, I was a point guard. So one thing I do is I watch people. Not in judgment, but I watch you. And one of the things, man, I sat in the back and I watched, your name is Bree and your husband? Justin. I saw how she looked at him. She was like, ah. Like, look, I'm telling you, I was sitting in the back, like, she came, we were right there. I watch people, man. I watch, and she came up to him, she's like, your mom was a terrorist because you're the bomb. And he was like, did you get a speeding ticket? She said, no. I said, you should have, because fine is written all over you. It's love. I loved it. I was watching. He came off from the plant, and he sat down, he put his hand on his leg. I saw the whole time. I'm like, you're going to understand why I'm saying what I'm saying. So I got Kelly Clarkson, Harry from One Direction, Selena Gomez, Jeremy Lin. Can I get the kid in the back? Justin Bieber? Yes, the blonde hair. Yeah, you just look back. Yeah, Justin Bieber or J.J. Watt. You can go either way. Right there. Here we go. Sweet. All right. All right. And let me see. You know what? My favorite actress, I didn't know she was here, Dora the Explorer. Can you come? Yes. Dora. Yes. All right. Hey, can they turn it down a little bit? You know, Black's got that built-in mic. I sound like Darth Vader. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach. Well, let me rephrase it. I'm going to attempt to teach these young people how to do some tricks. And we always let the girls go first, because if not, they get mad, like, you know what I mean? But if you give them some chocolate, they'll be cool, like, is that Hershey's? So we're going to get Kelly Clarkson. You're here, all right? Selena Gomez, his mama don't like you, but she like everybody else. Okay, right here. Right here. Dora, swiper, no swiping. Okay, right there. Okay. White chocolate, you're going to come over here, all right? French vanilla, you're going to come over here. And Jackie Chan, you're going to get in the back. All right, here we go. So, I don't know about you guys, but listen, James Dobson. How many of you have ever heard of James Dobson? Okay, Sarah Palin did. Okay, so James Dobson said that 64%, he said 87% of young people today, 87% of young people across the board don't go to church. 87%. And when he said this, my son was in kindergarten. He said, by the time my son is a senior in high school and my son is in 9th grade, he said only 1% will be going to church. You think about that for a minute and you go, why aren't people coming to church? I sat in the back, I saw y'all singing the songs. J-Lo was singing the worship. You had George Lopez, Jose on the bass. Ding, 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 ding. You got Justin Timberlake or Justin Timberlake on the bass. You got the Wakanda King on the drums. And then you had Rick Fox, that other brother. And they were amazing. They were amazing. Jose was so good, I wanted to speak Spanish. But the question is, why are 87% of young people don't go to church? We're going to talk today. I'm going to give you this funny stuff first, because if you hold it in, you're going to fart. You know what I mean? So what we're going to do, so Dora, you're going to go last because you're my favorite actress, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to do these tricks for not just one person, but 2, 3, 4, 5 and a half people, all right? All right. So I have 2 rules. Everybody say 2 rules. Rule number 1, you see anything you like, you clap. Rule number 2, you see anything you don't like, you still clap. Cool, all right. Now I was watching all of you ladies, and all of you ladies are beautiful. Tell me something I don't know. But all you ladies have hands, not just to slap your husband every now and then. But you have hands so you can catch the ball, because most women would just sit there. It's just a ball. Stop turning the frog into Godzilla. It's just a ball, all right? Now, what I did strategically is I sat in the Rosa Parks section. I watched these people. They don't know. It may sound weird. I'm not like Randy, who's watching me through a video wherever he's at. See, right there. I see you, Randy. But I was watching, so I saw Jeremy Lin. He was smiling. He had this awesome smile. He had more teeth than a dentist. What's up? I was like, I love his attitude. I saw this guy's real quiet. His mom was like Mother Teresa. So, I love you, te amo. I was like, wow, if he comes from a mom like that, I need to get this brother because he got some good energy. And then I saw Justin Bieber. He was in the back. Hello. This lady is sweating like Mike Tyson in a spelling bee contest. She is so nervous right now. Then I saw her, she, just real quiet, but she'll go off on you. You know what I mean? She's one of Medea's niece. And then I got her because I saw how she was loving her husband. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do these tricks. And if you want to be great, in the kingdom, you have to be willing to get to a place where you get stretched. If you keep doing what you've always been doing, you're going to keep getting what you've always been getting. Some of you here today, your marriages need to be stretched. Men, if you kissing your wife every day at 105, that gets boring after a while. Some of us need to be stretched, but we love staying where we are, and we never see God do great things. See, I have a vision as I drive through this street all the time. And it's amazing to come back and see how the church is growing, but this is not your final destination. And it's not about numbers. It's not about that, because we don't serve a God who's all about performing. And you'll understand what I'm saying as I get into that. He loves you just the way you are. It's not about how much money you make, what kind of car you drive, whether you're white, black, you're Michael Jackson, don't know what color you are. He just loves you. So we're going to stretch some people. So your name is? Again?
Bree.
Bree. So Bree, you're going to stay there. Bree, you're going to do everything I do, and we believe in you. So I'm going to do a Globetrotter trick, and then you got to do what I do. So the ball is coming. If it hits you, I'm going to laugh, but I'm going to help you. Here we go. So Bree, you're going to go around the waist twice, this leg twice, back the pass, push it down, off your knee. Ready? Okay. See, whites turn red, blacks turn purple, but we're all the same. You know what I'm saying? So Bree, you go around your waist twice, this leg twice, take the pass, push it down, off your knee. Okay, skills. All right, Kelly Clarkson, since you've been gone, you got it. Here, so around the way you go. Look at the husband. Just look at my baby. Okay, there you go. There you go. Then around the leg. You're doing good. Look at you, girl. Skills. Then you're going to fake the pass. Okay, that was good. You scared. This you scared. Okay. Then you're going to kick it. You're going to me, though. You're going to kick it. Okay, I don't know what that was, but give it up for my girl. Yes. I don't know what Bree did, but she killed a mosquito right here in the front. This is
Daniela.
Daniela, you're going to do the same thing Bree did. It's going to be a little different, a little easier, because you are the woman superstar. All right? So, you're going to around your waist twice. This leg, here. She done been in some drive-bys. You saw she cut that? Orale, viva la raza. Okay, there you go. Around, there you go. There you go. Oh, okay, anybody got some super glue, tape, Spider-Man gloves? No, here we go. You got it. There you go. You're amazing. There you go. Then around that leg, you're doing good. There you go, the other leg. Then you're going to turn sideways towards my boy, Bradley Cooper. Okay, you're going to raise your right leg up. Yeah, you're going to hold it with this hand. Your nails look good. You got them done? Okay, so you're going to hit it to me with this hand. Don't kill Julio Iglesias. Here we go. Yes, ma'am. Good job. Give it up for my girl. Yes. My boy, this is?
Jared.
You sounded like Chewbacca. I didn't hear that.
Jared.
Jared. Here we go, Jared. Really is the trick, Jared. What you going to do, Jared? You're going to roll the ball here. Round the back. Knee, foot, back. You got it, Jared. Jared was the main one talking about, I can do all things through Christ. So, Jared, you're going to roll it here. Okay, that's kind of nasty, but we'll roll with that. That's cool. Okay. You're good. Then round the back. You're doing good, Jared. There you go. Okay, don't kill the man. Okay. It's almost a drive-by. Here we go. Then off your knee. You're doing good. There you go. Okay. Then off your foot. You're doing good, Jay. Okay, that's kickball. Okay. Okay. Then you're going to go off your elbow. Good job. Give it to my boy, Jerry. Yes. Here we go. This is? Marco Polo. Okay, Marco. Real easy trick, Marco. What you going to do, Marco? Real easy trick. Spin here, Marco. Marco's like, no. Marco, that's kind of hard. Marco, what you gonna do? You gotta roll this ball in your chest, round the back, between the legs, not too hard. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So, Marco, on the chest, round the back, twice. Here you go, Marco. You got it, Marco. So you're gonna roll on the chest. There you go. Your dad's got a chunk. I just want you to know that. That's good. There you go. Then round the back. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Yeah, all the way. Yeah, there you go. Then you're gonna bounce it, catch it between the legs. Yeah, not too hard. Yeah, okay. Does anybody have some suction cups? Hey, okay, that was Did he do the stanky leg? Okay, here we go. You're almost there. Okay, yes, you're almost there. You can okay, you gotta squeeze though. You gotta squeeze. You gotta do a Zumba move. Okay, here we go. You're almost there, Marco. Your mom's crying right now. Okay, here we go. You're almost there. Here we go. Your dad looks like the Dos Equis man. Okay, here we go. Yes, let's do it. Yes, keep it up. Keep it there. You're gonna hit it like that. No, keep it there. And then you're just gonna hit it like that to me. Okay. Good job. All right. Nice. This is
Bruce.
Really? Is it really?
Bruce.
Is it really? Okay. The dragon? What? Bruce, release the trick, Bruce. What you gonna do? Bounce it. Okay. Hold on, Bruce. Bounce it. Okay. Here. You know it's hard when they laugh. No, Bruce, that's kind of hard, Bruce. I'm gonna give you an easy trick. What you're gonna do, you're gonna turn towards Penelope Cruz and the Dos Equis man. Not now, but when you're about to do your trick. Round the waist twice. Right there. Okay, now, Bruce, so you're going to turn this way. Now, don't fart because you're going to kill everybody in table 7. So you're going to round this way, round the waist twice. There you go. And don't fart. Here you go. You got it. Then you, yeah. Good job, Bruce. My brother, Bruce. Your name was Monica. Hey, this is Monica, all right? So, Monica, you'll turn this way so everybody can see you because you're amazing. Monica, what I'm going to do is I'm going to spin the ball in your finger. Now, do you, really motivating. Do you believe that I can spin the ball in your finger?
Sure.
Really motivating. Let's ask her again. Do you believe? Aha!
Yes.
You had to go black church on her. Okay. So, Monica, before I do it, though, there's a couple of things wrong with your finger.
Oh, no.
Okay, you got to file that down because you can stab somebody in China. I mean, that's a big deal. Okay. Was that peanut butter? Okay. Here we go, Monica. Now, you see, I'll tell you a real quick story about just in that whole 5 minutes, 7 minutes, did I quote a Bible verse? Didn't quote a Bible verse. Made people laugh, and I loved on them. I think we make life so hard when life is so simple. Many of us think, as men, we got to work all the time. But what our wives really want is just to spend time with them. It's that simple, we make it that hard. Christianity is real simple. We make it so hard because we come into the church with a lot of stuff, a lot of past stuff that a lot of times in the church, we just cut the weeds and we never deal with the root. God just doesn't want us to be saved. He also wants us to be set free. So 87% of young people, you think about 87% of young people, why is that? Why is that? So I'm going to take you through a little scripture. If you have your Bible with you, if you're not, only Randy brings his Bible because he's holy like that. Tell you a real simple story, and I'm going to come with you at the NIV. That's the Negro International Version. I didn't go to cemetery or seminary. I'm just talking to you real uncut and raw because I believe that our young people, listen, I retired from playing professional sports in 2000. My wife is so black she can put her fingerprints on charcoal, but she is amazing. I got married. I've been married 17 years, 6 months, 2 days, about 10 hours, 12 minutes, about 39 seconds. Nobody's counting. My oldest son, who's in 9th grade, is reading on a 10th grade level. I don't know if he's black or Chinese. I think he's Blackanese. That brother is amazing. My youngest son, that's a whole nother story. Pray for me. But what I'm saying is they gave a character award at his elementary school. He's in 6th grade now, but in K through 5th grade, there are 1,200 students. And 12 kids get the character award. Character is doing the right thing, not just in front of people, but doing what's right behind closed doors. My youngest son got the award in 3rd grade, got it in 4th, and he got it in 5th. Am I perfect? I'm not. Only Randy is. Randy can walk on water and not get wet. Blacks don't do it because we don't swim. But anyway, what I'm saying, I'm going to read this Bible verse, and I'm going to break it down because really, reality, young people, what I do is, 90% of what I do is for you, young people. So I'm a big kid, and so the older people, the ones who know Thomas Jefferson personally, I came here to motivate everybody. Some of y'all know you smell like Ben Gay mothballs. But anyway, let's go through the message. John chapter 4. But the reality of it, guys, all of us are coming to that point too. So anyway, John chapter 4, I'm going to read it to this chapter 4, verse 4 through 18. I'm kind of go through it, but it goes, now he had to go through Samaria. So he came to a town in Samaria called I can't even say that. It sounds like cigar, but near the plot of ground Jacob had given to his son Joseph. Jacob's well was there, and Jesus, tired as he was from the journey, sat down by the well. It was about noon. So it was so hot. To see those Greyhound buses? It was so hot, I saw the Greyhound on the bus going, woo! It's hot. That's how hot it is. When a Samaritan woman came to draw water, Jesus said to her, will you give me a drink? His disciples had gone into the town to buy food. The Samaritan woman said to him, you are a Jew, and I am a Samaritan woman. How can you ask me for a drink? For Jews do not associate with Samaritans. Jesus answered her, if you knew the gift of God and who it is that's asked you for a drink, you would have asked him, and he would have given you living water. So the woman said, you have nothing to draw with, and the well is deep. Where can you get this living water? And are you greater than our father Jacob, who gave us the well and drank from it himself, as did also his sons and his livestock? Jesus answered, everyone who drinks this water will be thirsty again, but whoever drinks the water I give them will never thirst. Indeed, the water I give them will become in them a spring of water welling up to eternal life. The woman said to him, sir, give me this water so that I won't get thirsty and don't have to keep coming back here to draw water. He told her, go, call your husband and come back. I have no husband, she replied. And Jesus said to her, you are right when you say you have no husband. And the fact is, you have had 5 husbands, and the man you have now is not your husband. What you have said is quite true. I want to talk about, just real quick, and I'll be out of your hair like I'm out of mine. What's important to God? If 87% of young people today don't go to church, and in 3 years, only 1%, why aren't people coming to church? I had a friend, he was a Christian rapper, right? Back in the day, which was a Thursday, back in the day. I used to rap. I rap Christmas presents, so if you need it, let me know in November, and I'll hook you up. He was a rapper. This guy was amazing, and we would go on the road, and we would rap at all these churches and these events and stuff like that, and I always wondered, like, why isn't this guy taking off? Like, why isn't this guy getting, like, Dove Awards, and why isn't his phone blowing up? People want him to come rap. He was amazing. On stage, it was awesome. And I questioned, I was like, God, why is this dude not? So one day, I went to his house, right? He had 2 kids, his wife, and every time his kids would come in, he would leave. He would go in another room. He did that for a while, and I thought maybe he ate at Taco Bell, maybe he got gas, maybe Jose made him some tortillas, some carne guisada. But he did this all the time, Jose. I'm like, man, this all the time. I didn't hear from him for a long time, and I ran into him about 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. And I'm speaking for an FCA deal downtown Houston. And he was in town. He said, I'm in town from Louisiana. I was like, Louisiana? He lives in Houston? How's it Louisiana? So he comes to tell me that he had just divorced his 3rd wife. He was in Louisiana. He was about to get married again. And I said, so tell me about I said, why don't you come on the road with me? Why don't you come on the road with me? Pay you to come on the road. So we go rap. He's rapping. And I said, in the morning, I want you to meet me down in the lobby. I want to talk to you. So I asked him this question. What is important to God? What do you think is the most important thing to God? He said, the gospel. I said, yeah, I believe that. I said, what do you think God thinks about your marriage? What do you think God thinks about your kids? What do you think God thinks about your finances? I said, because if your kids look on Instagram and they see you hugging all these other kids and you never do that with your own kids, why wouldn't you think God wants to elevate you? Does he just give you a gift and play around with it? No. I went to Louisiana, Sulphur, Louisiana. Anybody from Louisiana here? I know I smelled gumbo. I went to Louisiana, right? Sulphur, Louisiana, and they were like in the Guinness World Records for having the most churches per capita. Per capita. Now, see, spiritual people go, the Lord must really be blessing, but I don't look at it like that. Because if I see a man up here preaching, I don't watch him, I watch his wife. And if his wife is looking at him like, you go, boy. I'm like, I love that dude. But if she's looking at him like, I wish you was living that at home, I lose respect. See, I watched all of y'all. It was y'all had more teeth than the dentist. Y'all were going around loving on everybody, and especially you hugged everybody. Like she's just like, hello, just everybody. She hit someone with her whip. Oh, was that a ponytail? She was amazing. She had a smile, said the joy of the Lord. And then you often wonder, like, okay, is that real? or is it really from her heart? And I'm watching them. She's going around everybody. Held the baby. Like, man, gave him some Similac. So I go to the Louisiana, and so this church, it's a really nice church. And I come to the church, and I don't know if you noticed, but when I came in, I immediately start going to people. I don't wait for people to come to me. I go to them, and that's another thing. Like, some of us are loud, some of us are quiet, but it should be something about your life. If you're quiet, then you need to talk more. If you talk, sometimes you need to shut up. But it's amazing, loud people always want quiet people to talk more, and quiet people always want loud people to shut up. Some of the women here going, I told you, see, he's from the Lord. And some of the men go, ooh, boy, I got it. I go to this church and I walk and I'm like, what's up? How you doing? So immediately everybody thinks I'm going to be 6'8", because they're looking for this big, tall black dude who plays sport. But I'm like a black mini-me or a black Smurf. Like I told you before, God uses ordinary people to do extraordinary things if you believe, right? So I'm going in, I'm loving on everybody, high-fiving, what's up? And they're looking at me like, all right, say no to drugs. This church who brought me in to speak, nobody, like, hey, brother, how you doing? I mean, it's only like 2 of y'all in here, so, I know you ain't from here. No, didn't say nothing. Just, hey, what's up? What's up, white chocolate? Love you, man. Ha-ha! And everybody's tripping out. The pastor comes up. He wasn't like Dominique. Dominique is amazing. Like, he picked me. I was like, I love you, Dominique. I love you. You know you talk when you wake up and you see the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, didn't say anything to me. Didn't say, not that it's about that, but it didn't say anything. So I'm speaking to, they brought me in because they bought a church in the hood, and they're going to go into the hood and they're going to help people that are on drugs and that are homeless, which on the Christian side is amazing. That's what Jesus was all about. So I go to the church, and I'm kind of disappointed because I leave the church and I go, man, nobody said nothing. Dude didn't take me out to eat. I'm going to eat on my own. I don't ask people to take me out. I'm an independent dude. Beyonce is my cousin. I'm going to eat on my own. But you would have just thought, like even Dominique was like, hey, man, you hungry? Because, we're going to get you some fried chicken, some cornbread, and some Kool-Aid. I know, you like it. I'm like, how did he know? Is he a prophet? Anyway. So he didn't tell me anything. So I go to the hotel, and I'm walking out, and I see the girl behind the counter. And I just started saying stuff like, just stuff that I do, just motivating stuff, comedy. And she goes, you know what, I've been going to the church for 3 years. My husband and I got a divorce. And I walked in the church, and nobody said nothing. So you got to understand, me personally, I'm going to this hood church. And I walk in, and I'm looking at the neighborhood. It's like drugs and people that look hopeless, they look sad. And I see this lady who's the second in charge of this ministry. But I believe ministry is everything you do. This is not ministry. If you work at Bank of America, that's ministry. But show up on time. If you're a husband, that's ministry. Love your wife. And I'm not talking about just, I love you. Take her out on some dates. Listen to her when she talks, even when she just be, if you're a woman, ministry is loving your husband, man. Some of you women here, y'all been beating your husbands down. Them brothers wearing pink panties because y'all beating them down. And I don't understand how you can even come in here and then worship and then leave right out here and go off on your husband. I don't understand that. I don't understand, women, how you can come to church and read the Bible and get into the worship and you let the littlest thing steal your joy the whole day. You're not in control. You ain't controlling nothing. God is in control, but we see, that's what I'm saying. We throw this stuff out, and the world looks at us and they laugh, but we think we're so holy. We think we got it all together. If that's true, then why is 87% of young people don't come? And 3 years from now, only one. And y'all are worshiping. You got a Wakanda king on the drums. Who wouldn't want to see that, brother? You got Jose with the little smooth, come on. Who wouldn't want to see that? I just want to come to see that. Just touch, yes. So I asked the lady, Jose, I go, tell me your story. She goes, well, I got to say, I said, no, I know that. Tell me your story. She goes, well, I came to know the Lord. I said, tell me your story. She goes, I don't think that's really important. I said, so you got people coming in here on drugs, they've been molested, been raped, going through divorce, and you want to tell them that story? So I'm not going to talk to somebody, if I'm broke, if I'm broke, why would I want to talk to somebody who's broke like me? If I've been married 16 times, why would I want to talk to a guy who's been divorced 17 times? That's like giving a whale a Tic Tac and asking that brother, is he full? It don't make sense. So I'm talking to this lady, I'm going, wow. So I go outside, I'm sitting there looking at this stuff, and I go, what is the most important thing to God? Like, what do you think, when God looks at us, what do you think is the most important? You think that when this lady came, you know, and you got to tell you the story, a lot of the women in those days would come to that well early in the morning because it was hot. It was hot. It was so hot, Satan asked me for a soda. The women would come early. They would get the water they need for cooking, for cleaning. Why did this lady come at noon? You want to know why? Because she was known in town as a whore. She didn't want to come in early because a lot of those women there who probably, maybe they went to Oasis, I don't know. They would sit around and form these Bible groups and go, we're just fellowshipping, but they were gossiping. Look at her, girl. Ooh, you heard about them 5 husbands she was with? Mm-hmm. That's a black woman. Hispanic lady. Forever. Did you see? The whites, oh my God, I cannot believe, oh my God. Asians, we love you. Get ready for photo now. Let's reach everybody, Jose. But wonder, she came at noon. She came in the heat of the day because she didn't want people talking about her. And when she met Jesus, Jesus didn't go, hey, you heard about Oasis Church? He didn't say, hey, how long have you been walking with the Lord? He didn't say, you know, what kind of car you drive? Hey, girl, you look like a size 6, but I bet you can fit in a 4. Ha ha. He didn't say that. He didn't say anything. He said, go tell your husband. She said, what, you know, I don't got no husband. He said, exactly. You've been married 5 times, and the guy you with is not it. See, Jesus went right into character. Character. So what's the most important thing to God? Let me tell you my story. Because I know we have a lot of homeschool here. Tell you about homeschool. I grew up in a home where we went to church every Sunday. If you black, you're going to go to church. Or you're going to get beat. And I would sit in the back and talk about the people in the front. Except you, Jose, because I like, that's cool. My mom, if I got an 89, my mom would cuss me out because I should have got a 90. If I got a 90, she'd cuss me out because I should have got a 91. And if I got 100, she wouldn't say nothing because that's what I should have got. I played football. I remember scoring 4 touchdowns. My mama said you would have had 5 if you wouldn't have fumbled the ball. So you want to know why I shot 3,000 jump shots? You want to really know why I ran 3 miles? Because I thought if I could score more points or make more money, maybe my mother would love me more. We went to church every Sunday and Wednesdays. But we didn't have Pastor Randy. Is that Pastor? I was looking for love, man. Mom never told me. My dad was a cop. He was a cop. And he would come home and he would hammer 6 nails on a piece of wood. He would turn the sharp points. He'd beat my mother. He'd beat my brothers, and then he would beat me. And my dad would make me watch him, make my mom get on her knees on a gravel street and beat her with a water hose. And we went to church every Sunday. And Wednesday, Jose was doing the bass. So now I get saved at 17. One of the greatest decisions of my life. And the church told me to read more Bible verses. Get deep in the word, but never deal with the issues. Just cut the weeds. You know, church, how you doing? Blessed in the Lord, brother. How you doing? I'm just hanging with Mary. That guy's probably addicted to pornography, but he wants to be holy. Now, for a minute right now, I don't want you to worry about what the person to the left is doing or to the right. I'm talking to you personally and to me personally. If you want to see God do something great, you got to come honest with yourself. You got to look in the mirror and stop living a lie. Women, why? Don't get me wrong, ain't nothing wrong with being beautiful. Because, hey, that's how you roll. But do you do that to try to impress other chicks? Or you do it because you just want to look good that day? Married 5 times? 5 times? And that's the first lady who say all men are dogs. Well, why dogs keep coming to your house? See, we don't want to look at that because it's never me. It's always the next person. I do marital counseling. You ask the man, you know what, she won't give me sex, she won't respect me. You go to the woman, he won't listen, he won't do this, and nobody's saying what they ain't doing. The man is never saying, you know what, I'm working all the time, I'm home physically, but I'm not there emotionally. He won't say that. The woman won't say, you know what, man, I've been beating him down. I haven't been hooking that brother up. I'm using that as a weapon. No. Ha. We come to church with that fake smile. Blessing the Lord, brother. And God can see right through the crap. And more importantly, your kids see it. The apple don't fall too far from the tree. I see you in worship, but why your son on crack? I don't understand that. I don't understand that. As if God is impressed because we come up here and got J-Lo. And J-Lo was awesome. And your hair looks good, Angeline. I just want you to know that. That's a nice cut, girl. I put that on Instagram. I just want you to know. That's been one side. Shoot, that side look good. And I bet it smell like Pantene. But anyway, what I'm saying. What's more important? So I get saved at 17. I'm loving the Lord. I go to a Christian college in California. The gas prices were so high in LA, the Crips and the Bloods was riding together. I go to a college. The school won 5 games in 5 years. They were the #1 ranked team in the nation if you read your newspaper upside down. I go to the school, and we went 28-4. We win the national championship. You know who got MVP? The short, cute black guy. Appreciate it. My senior year comes, we win it again. I'm the big man on campus. Then I start playing professionally, and I'm making money, and my life is changing. I'm on Oprah. I'm on MTV Cribs. I'm on Little Nicky with Adam Sandler. I'm living the dream. I go back in the hood. I'm like, what's up? West Side. Even Jose said it. West Side. Yeah. But now I'm playing professional sports, right? My mom kept me sheltered. My brothers was wilding out like Nick Cannon. 2 of my brothers have just divorced their 3rd wife, and my one brother threw his own son out of a driving car in California. My nephew was in a coma for 9 months. My other brother gets high so much, we call him stay high. Like, you know you got a drug problem when you smoke your own teeth. Where are your teeth? I smoked them. One guy got it. But anyway, you look at that, and if you talk to my brother, you would swear he was one of the best Christians you've ever met. Every other word he says is a Bible verse, but doesn't even spend time with his children. What's important to God? How many Bible verses you know? So let's go back to the homeschool. See, I grew up sheltered. Homeschool, a lot of times, you grow up and you think that's what life is. A lot of times when you get out into the world, you're lost and confused, like, is he black? Is that chocolate? Dark chocolate, okay. You get around maybe Hispanics, you don't know what. We live in this bubble, so that was me. I was in this bubble world, and I felt like if I didn't smoke, I didn't drink, didn't have sex, I was holy, me and the Lord. But you know what? Sin is sin. 2 wrongs don't make a right, but 2 rights made an airplane. Did you get that? Some of you, I get it. That Negro was so profound. So I'm playing professional now. And after the game, I felt like if you don't smoke, don't drink, don't have sex, then like you're living right with the Lord. But I was so spiritually prideful. Spiritual pride. Pride is one thing he hates more than all the stuff. When we think, look at me, I'm so holy, I'm Jose. Love you, Jose. Jose gonna stab me. My brother, can I talk to you? Yeah, thank you. Use my hands, Lord, to do your will. He's in the ribs. So I'm playing professional sports, and after the game, right, after the game's over, I see all these guys going up to a room with a different woman, and I'm going to my room watching Mr. Bean. Yeah, talking to the pillow. Homie, it was the loneliest time in my life, man. On the court was amazing, and I didn't go on the team throwing Bible verses at guys. I learned real quick in life people want to see you live it before they hear you talk about it. I worked at Denny's. On Sundays, the Christians wanted the best service and gave the lousiest tips. And we don't think that's important to God. Do unto others as you'd have them do unto you. It's right there, but see, it's so simple, we can't see that. We just want to quote Bible verses because somehow that makes us more holy, or listen to worship 24 hours a day and you still cussing your husband out, but you listen to the group from Australia. So I see these guys, after the game, it's 3,000 girls that look like Beyonce. Good game. And I'm like, to the left, to the left. I go and take my shower, Jose. I come back out. It's 1,500 girls that look like Rihanna. Shine bright like a diamond. I'm like, under your umbrella. Shut up and drive. I get to my hotel room. There's 300 girls that look like Selena Gomez. What do? You don't got 14 guys on the team talking about let's pray and fast. Let's have Jose put him on the bass in Wakanda and hit him on the drums, and let's just worship and get J-Lo to sing some songs. No, you don't have that. Everybody's doing what they're doing. And here I am, saved, Got my degree in youth ministry and Bible theology. The devil got that. But you know what? My mom never told me she loved me. And my dad was abusive. But the church never wanted to talk about that. They just wanted me to get more Bible in me. Which is nothing wrong with that. Study to show yourself proves nothing wrong with that. In perspective. You know what I'm saying? So I found myself, I started going to the club, man. I had never drank. This guy said, man, drink this wine cooler. It's like Kool-Aid. And if you don't know, black people love Kool-Aid. So I drink them and go, oh, that ain't no Kool-Aid. These girls came, you were amazing tonight. My mom never said that. So some of you women have been falling for the same type of guy because he just said something your dad never told you. Girl, you beautiful. You men spend more time at work because when you go home, your wife ain't praising you. She ain't patting you on the back going, I'm so proud of you, man. You're a hard worker. She's going, wash the dishes, clean the sink. You're so lazy. You're an idiot. And that's really going to make that brother go, you know what, I want to go home and see my wife. Now he going to go get some wings and go over to Jose house and they're going to watch some soccer. Let me get away from Jose. He goes, oh! He going to see me. He goes. So I found myself, I loved it, man. I started going to the club every night. I found myself having sex, drinking, watching porn. See, I didn't come here to tell you I'm perfect because I'm not that dude. I came here to show you the perfections of my imperfections. I don't stand up in front of you not trying to be holy. I am not. Jose is, and Randy, but I'm not. So I found myself having sex, and I don't know if you ever get to a place where you're sick and tired of being sick and tired of where you're at. Maybe you may be at that place right now. Tired of faking it, coming to church with that old fake smile. Your marriage is on the rocks. You women been holding on stuff for your husband since 1918. It's 2018. Y'all be holding on to stuff like luggage. What if God thought like us women, like you women? Be bringing up stuff. Remember in 1977, when you cussed out that priest? Remember when our baby was hungry, you didn't feed him? You're an idiot. What if God did that to us? What if he did that? Think about that. You're stuck where you're at, and we wonder why we can't get to the next level. We wonder why 87% of young people, because we're so caught up in spiritual goofy that we miss out on simple things. If you're a man, ask your wife today, hey baby, tell me 3 things I do good and 3 things I don't. And when she tell you what you don't justify it, just shut up and do it. Because you can be wrong, you can be right and still be wrong. If you're sleeping on the couch, women, you do the same thing. Ask your husband. I'm telling you, his answers ain't going to be as long as yours. It's just going to be 2. Give a brother a sandwich and hook me up. That's all we want. We good. We can make, hey, you know what, I'm going to get a new job. That's all we need. Pat us on the back. You're the man. You're awesome. I know you went from abs of steel to abs of meals, but you still do it for me, baby. You'll start working out. Ask your children. Ask your kids. Some of your girls are on Instagram and Snapchat doing things you have no idea. Why is that? Because your dads, you're not in their life. You never take her out on a date. You never tell her how beautiful she is. So if you don't, Tupac's cousin will. And when she bring him home, don't get a shotgun. You should have been doing what you should have been doing. If you're not telling her she's beautiful, listen, she going to go on Snapchat and she going to show everybody her business and they going to love her for 10 seconds. Your boys, they don't know how to be men because they look at us. We're so caught up in porn. I got to watch this, I got to watch that. Our minds are so scattered. So what's important to God? What's important to God? Now, I'm going to backtrack and tell you about me, and then I'm going to be out of your hair. Like 2 minutes. I'm sitting in the room, and I went to a strip club. And I was like, what is wrong with me? How far did I fall? Like, I grew up in the church, got my degree in youth ministry, what's going on? And I went to my hotel. I called my manager at 3 in the morning. I'm crying. And she said, you know what, Melvin, you know what's been holding you back? You're still angry with your mom and your dad. See, I wasn't reading Thessalonians enough. I didn't learn it in Greek and Hebrew. It was, you've been married 5 times. Why have you been married? Let's talk about that. Why have you been married 5 times? You're that insecure? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. We can deal with the Jewish laws and the Samaritan laws, but let's talk about that. She went into the town, told everybody, and they all got saved because he met them where they were. What's important to God? It's not how many Bible verses you read, how many you can quote, what kind of car you drive. He cares about your life. If you're struggling as a man, that's important to him. You don't have to read more Bible verses. Just be honest. And let me tell you what I did. I came home. I went to my mother. I can remember every negative word my mother said to me from the age of 5. I had a little woman in me. Held on. My mom was a hitter, and most of us parents don't want our kids to tell us what we ain't doing. But I came to tell you today, parents, we're not perfect. So stop living that lie. Mom, as much makeup you got, you probably got a zit right under that foundation. You pushing and pressing, pulling and pulling, and you got a gut. Just live with it, and do something with it. Just work out. Quit faking. Someone who lies more, men or women. Women do you. Walking with heels gonna break your ankle just trying to look cute. Can't even walk down. And I'm not hating on women, but I'm just talking. So I go to my mom, like, Mom, you never told me you loved me. You never held me. You never told me you was proud of me. That's when my brother got married and invited you. My head looked like a milk dud. And I didn't come in it the right way. I didn't come in love. I was angry. I went to my dad's grave. My dad died. I went to the grave, and for 4 hours I talked to that grave. And I wasn't going to leave until I forgave him. Not forget. Forgave. 4 hours talking to this, thought I was at The Walking Dead. I went to every girl I had sex with and I asked for forgiveness. I went to a store in the Heights that I robbed and I paid it back. And the guy goes, hey, I wasn't the manager. I said, it didn't matter. This was the store that I did it at. And everybody stopped and goes, and he's black. And I'm telling you, everything in my life began to fall in place with no work. Divine appointments begin to happen. Not that I'm perfect, because I'm walking in healing. If my people who are called by my name would humble themselves, pray, and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, you will hear from heaven, and I will heal your land. He just doesn't want us to be saved. He wants us to be set free so that everywhere we go, life change happens because our heart is right. It's not going to always be perfect. But we got to keep putting that to the mirror. Hey, God, hey, man, I got a little pride coming in. Got some control issues. I got some insecurities. I got a lot of fear. I'm OCD. I'm a little anal. I want every, wait a minute. Some women like, it's crooked. That's all they was looking at the whole time. The ones that are laughing, they're the ones. But anyway, so he said, how did you break from that? How did you break from that? Here's a real quick story. My oldest son said, I love Madden. I don't know if we got anybody that play PlayStation, Xbox. You know, anybody? Okay, I see. So Madden, I love Madden. Like, I'm good. Like, I'm like your face. I'm awesome. You know what I mean? And I have never lost in Madden. I've never lost. And I'm playing my son Seth at 6 in Madden, and I'm beating him. I'm like, who your daddy? He was like, you. You know what I mean? And I would run in his room and go, hey, Seth, look what I found in your pocket. Loser! Yeah. He started crying. Boogers and snot was everywhere. I was going to hug him, but I didn't want that on my arm. He never wanted to play me. From 6 to 8, he never wanted to play me. But I found out he went on Google. He learned how to play the game. And I came home. I go, hey, Seth goes, hey, Dad, you want to play Madden? I go, you want some of this? And he goes, Daddy, I want all of that. So we're playing the game. First quarter, he is whooping me 35-0. He's all in my face like, who's your daddy? I'm like, you. You know what I mean? He's running my room like, hey, Dad, look what I found in your wallet. Capital One and loser! And he was all in my face. His breath was funky. He needed an Altoid, a Tic Tac, and some bubble gum. He was so condescending, I got mad. I walked away, and I accidentally tripped over the power cord. The TV cut off, the game cut off, but I plugged the TV up. I turned the TV on, and I pressed restart, and it was 0-0. And I say that to say that many of you in the first half of your life, maybe you've been getting beat down, maybe verbally, maybe emotionally, maybe even physically. But every day is a new day to press restart. If you're a husband, man, maybe you've been beating yourself up, you've been working all the time, you're trying to pay the bills. I get it. But see, money can buy a nice dog, but love will make it wag its tail. You can work all day and miss out on key moments. See, when my son graduates, I went to a graduation at Klein High School, but I went there, and I started tearing up because I thought, in 4 more years, my little noo-noo, but I changed diapers, guys. He peed in my eye. cleaned his poop. My wife taught me how to feed him on the time. We had him on a schedule. I've been in his life. I'm coach. I got to leave here, so don't think I'm rude. I got to leave here and coach him in River Oaks. And I'm fast and furious, baby. I'm rolling. So don't think I'm a jerk, but I'm rolling out. Because black people, we always late. I'm trying to change the stick. So when my son graduates, you know what? It's gonna be an emotional moment. Why? Because I've been in his life. If you don't invest nothing, then there's no emotion in it. And I didn't have a dad who taught me how to do that, but I found men who did it. And I said, you know what? Can you teach me, man? I humbled myself. Can you teach me, man? I don't know how to be a man. Had a white guy, man. A white guy taught me how to eat dinner with my family. I didn't grow up like that. And I found that for 5 years, this white guy taught me a lot of things, and I found out that white people kiss their dogs in the lips. It's amazing. They pay their bills on time, Jose. It was the most life-changing thing in my life. So my challenge for you today is, what's important to God? Like really, like, is it, did you have quiet times? And that's cool. You have quiet times, but the women, like, how many times in a day do you, like, praise your husband? Like, you don't have to tell me, but I can look at some of your faces like, you're stabbing me, Negro. You've been beating him down, and then you want him to just, like, forget that. Like, you just killed his manhood, and then you want him to buy you flowers on Mother's Day. He probably spit in them if he got them and farted on the lilies. What's important? Your sons are going to marry a woman just like you. So if he come home with Medea's cousin, you better not say nothing, because that's what you've been all his life. Hello. I'm not saying you don't get mad. Women, you're going to get mad, but you can't be blaming every month on that. That's why I'm mad, because it's that. No, just like a man can't say, I'm a man, so I can just struggle with lust. I'm a man, I'm just a man, I can just do that. You can't just say, well, it's that time of month. No, that don't give you no right, because God wants to be Lord of my lust, just like he wants to be Lord over our emotions. Young people, man, there's so much greatness inside of you, Selena Gomez. Harry from One Direction. Come back into the group. We miss y'all, man. Keep loving your husband, man. I love him. I know sometimes he probably fart in his sleep. I can tell he do that. I can tell. He'll look like that nasty type, and then he'll smell his hand. It's just nasty. Who says that in church? I do. Because I know Jesus. Y'all, this Jesus, y'all tell me, listen, Jesus is as real as we are. His breath was funky. Come on, he was holy, but there was no toothbrush mentioned in the Bible. He was a man. He farted. He got tired. If it would have been me, I would have walked into Judas's room and slapped like, Jesus, why, my Lord? He was just thinking about the future. What's important, man? At the end of my life, I'm 46, and I know a lot of you thought I was 28. Thank you, I appreciate it. They say you have 70 years, if you're lucky. 78. That's 70 summers, 70 winters, 70 springs, and 70 falls. When you think about it like that, not a lot of time. I'm 46. If that's true, I got 24 years to make an impact. But what will people say about me when I'm gone? I hope when I'm laid out, my sons will say, you know what, I saw my dad travel 8 days a month. Everybody think, Randy think I only travel 8 days a month. I'm home 23 and my wife works me like a slave. Because if I can reach every kid in the world and I can't reach my own, then everything I'm telling you this morning is a joke. If my wife got me sleeping on the couch, my wife could care less about how many kids I spoke to. She want me to wash them dishes and put them clothes up. That's important. And when I do talk about Jesus, you know what? It's power. I don't beat my kids up in the head with the Bible. They see me live it. They see me love their mom. When she comes, I stand up, I pull her chair up. Sometimes I pull her, she falls, but you got to keep it fresh. You got to keep it fun. That's funny. You got to be funny. You can't be serious all the time like Jose. You got to loosen up sometime, Jose. So what's important, man? What's important? If you're a father, man, I want to challenge you something. If you have a daughter, take her out on a date, man, and treat her like you want a guy to treat her. Maybe your daughter may be 14, 15. You may think it's too late. It's never too late. You can start. Take it to the movie, man. Get popcorn, throw it in her face. Dad, that was butter in my foundation. You have a son, just put him in the bed and fart on his head. Daddy loves you. Yes, those was beans Mom made. Jose brought them over last week. Have fun. If you're a man, like, do the things you used to do when you first met your wife. Like, you got a light bulb and you put it on your bed like, you light up my life. Here's some lifesavers. You saved my life. Hey, babe, here's some snuggles, because that's what I want to do. Keep it fun. Keep it exciting. Just wear your underoos and just start dancing. Hey, baby, what's up? Yeah. If you're a woman, come on. You be coming in there with some old grandma underwear. They don't dance. Come on now. Come on. Grandma, she died 20 years ago. Some of you ladies have let yourself go. You need to go get you your pedicure and manicure because your hand's looking like Freddy Krueger, all right? Go get them taken care of. Get your hair tight. When you come home, what's up? I made your biscuits. Didn't put honey. I just touched them because I'm sweet. That brother will buy you chocolate for no reason at all, and he will squeeze your toes even though they smell like corn nuts. And what will happen, Oasis, is that people will be driving through the street. And they'll see these people coming out, and everybody got more teeth than the dentist, and maybe they may be crying. And they'll drive and go, man, every time I come to that place, there's something about those people. There's some Hispanic lady with glasses who hugs everybody, and if you don't hug her, she'll hit you with that tail. There's a Hispanic guy who plays on the bass who never smiles. Always preaching about the joy of the Lord. What? Where's it at? There's a black guy on the bass who looks like the Black Panther. What? Another black guy looks like Fred Hammond and Rick Fox. Dominique, who wouldn't want to meet Dominique at the front of the door? I thought he was a Jehovah's Witness, but I wanted to come in. You guys are an amazing church, man. Young people are just on fire and cool. Y'all are cool, man. You're cool. You're a cool chick, man. You know that? You're awesome. When you go out on a date with a guy, I want you to take a Bible with you. Put it between you and him. That way he got to go through Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Then he'll know how to act and there won't be no Roman. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, black man. Invite me to the wedding. I'll park cars. But anyway, what's important to God? It's not how many Bible verses you know. It's how you live, not in front of people. It's what you do behind them doors. Am I perfect? I'm not. My wife we're doing a project on the house. We're painting the walls, and it's work, man. We've been doing it for like 2 weeks, and I'm a man now. And I'll be seeing my wife, paint sometimes, and she'd get on the ladder, and she'd be looking good. And I look. And I ain't really thinking about painting. And she ain't really thinking about that. So it's easy for me to go, you know what, well, screw the paint then. Because I'm not getting my needs, but I said, you know what? The sacrificial lover, that's what Jesus did. It was nothing that we did that made him came. He came for you and me. Not because what we did, he did it because he loved us. Before he did what he was called to do, his father said, this is my son, whom I love and I'm proud of. And God wants you to know that today. He's proud of you. You're his son, you're his daughter, and you belong to a family. It's not because how much money you make, what kind of car you drive, or how big your church is. He loves you like a fat kid loves cake. He loves you to death. Know that today. What really matters to him is not how many Bible verses. He loves you just the way you are, but he loves you enough not to let you stay that way. And I want to thank y'all for letting the brother come out. I know Randy called me last minute. That's how blacks roll. And I came in incognito to be here with you today. I want to thank the cutest couple in Texas. I know, right? I want to thank your hair, Angeline. I'm telling you, girl, I got 200 likes already on your hair. And before I go, I'm walking the door. I love you guys. Will y'all do me a favor? Every time you see Jose, tell him to smile. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
A lot to think about. A lot to think about in there. I know Melvin's going. He's got a lot of things he's got to do for his son, their tournament. But if you want to feed into his ministry, if you want to write out a check, put it in one of the boxes, if you could just note guest, or you can go online in the memo, write guest. We do want to bless him. So just as you feel led to do that, please do that. We're going to sing one more song, and then Angelina will come up. We'll pray, and then we'll give a blessing, and then you'll be dismissed. And if anybody wants prayer, of course. How could I forget? If anybody wants prayer as well, please come forward. There'll be people up here to pray with you, intercede with you. All right?